Yeah, it was a good game. Really impressed with Coastal. Gave us all or more than we could really handle. A well-built team, organized team, a disciplined team. I thought they were very good tonight. So, yeah, a lot of respect for what Sean does there. I thought he had his team fully up for tonight after playing on Thursday. So, yeah, but really proud of our guys. I thought the effort was good. We weren't at our best, but we were still created a lot of chances. We weren't great in defensive transition, but yeah, I mean, that's a tournament game, is that you have to find a way to win it. Created enough chances, and you know, we're solid enough in the back. We weren't great, but did what we had to do to win, so happy to win.
Garrett, you get the game winner. From your perspective, how did that play unfold?
Well, I don't really remember much other than Canute turned, had a great shot. I thought it was going in, and the goalie spilled it, and I was just there to tap it in, so credit to Canute.
When the ball went in, several of their players were screaming that maybe you'd been in an offside position. Did you think there was a chance that you were off?
No chance. No chance.
On the other end, it's like the first game all year. You haven't been the tallest guy on the field.
Yeah.
What's it like defending against an offense that can bring that many big targets into the offensive third?
It's difficult. They know it's a big advantage of theirs. If you saw, they anytime they had the ball in our half on a set piece, they knew they could push forward and put a dangerous ball in the box. And it was just on corner kicks, you could just see the sheer mass and size of the guys. Like they definitely have a height advantage, and it's definitely tough because, yeah, I'm usually the tallest, usually can come claim a lot, but even I was like a little nervy seeing these guys run up from the back line.
Apart from just how big they are, what concerns you the most about their offense?
I think they're very organized. I think the way they made their runs from the top, like the 10 checking in and the 11 holding up balls, I think they knew what they were good at, and I think that was probably the most dangerous thing. They were very comfortable at top. They weren't really nervy to play us, you know, and they had a lot of energy, so that was probably the most nervous thing for us, I think.
Is there any justice in you getting the winner, since you had 7 shots and a couple of them were very close? And how frustrating was it to get that close and not score earlier?
Definitely a little frustrating, but I mean, you just got to keep your head up and keep thinking I'm going to get the next one. But my finishing wasn't as good as I wanted to be tonight, but I got one, so that's all that mattered.
Their coach said that one of their focuses was trying to limit what Eddie or Lane and Nick on the other side could do on the outside. How much did that impact you and the balls you were getting in the offensive third?
I mean, I thought all three of them did a great job getting down the line and serving the ball. So, I mean, I had 7 shots, you said? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so it's credit to them for getting the ball in the box. So, yeah.
Were they collapsing more and more on you as the game went on? Because it looked like Canute and Costa were getting a little more space.
No, yeah, they definitely compact a little bit more. I think they were going for pins up in there. But it was definitely a little bit more difficult to find the spaces that I needed to. But I mean, of course, they left Gavin Canute open, so it's always good.
Coastal played North Carolina State Thursday, and this was their 4th game in 9 nights. Did you guys see any fatigue in them eventually? At one point, the shots were even in the second half, and then you pulled away by 8 or 10. But did you see them start to wear down?
You could hear the chatter. They were definitely talking, like really encouraging each other, and the coach was really just on the sideline, just telling them, just like keep going, keep fighting, because they looked gassed, especially towards the end of that, and they, like Goose said, they were just fighting for pens at one point. But I mean, I thought they did a really good job staying motivated. And like you said, it's a lot of games, and I think they did well come out through that.
At one point, there were back-to-back shots. I think you hit Eddie Manjoma in the back, and then Costa hit you, maybe?
Yeah.
Was there ever a point when you thought, this just isn't our night?
No, I mean, you can never think like that. It was pretty funny. I thought when I hit him in the back, we were joking after that. I'm like, why are you trying to steal my goal? So, I mean, you just gotta keep a positive attitude, and just keep going and find the next one. So
What was your message going into overtime?
No, I mean, I think you're right that, fatigue did set in. You could see, in the last 20 minutes of the game, they were still dangerous on the counter, but we had them pinned at times. And once we had them pinned, I thought we could, probe enough and then maybe get around the edges a little more. I thought, Nick and Lane and Ed, if we could isolate and let them run, I thought we could create chances. And then, as we do that, it ends up opening up some passing lanes into Canute and Gabe, and that's where they can do some special things. So, as they began to tire, we began to pin them, and as we pin them, we have to continue to play fast and change sides to make them run enough to open some gaps. So, you could see in overtime that it was pinned and we were, getting chances and getting shots blocked and then recovering the second ball and going again. And, those are the types of things you need to do in games like these that a team ends up just naturally dropping in. I mean, they're physiologically, you can't play that many games in that short a time. So, this tournament is very hard if you're not seeded. Like, it is nearly impossible to get through that hole for that first weekend. I mean, there's a reason that, I don't know how many upsets there were, but non-seeded teams advancing to the Sweet 16, I'm sure it's not many. It's really hard to play 2 games Thursday, Sunday, and get through the team sitting there waiting and resting. So, a lot of credit to them, but, happy to move on.
Canute and Costa got more chances, more shots late in the second half and overtime. From your perspective, how much of that was Coastal Carolina focusing more on Garrett, and how much was them just getting more space because of maybe the fatigue?
Yeah, I don't think they changed tactically to focus on Garrett. I mean, Garrett was able to stretch him and run behind a little bit and catch them in transition, but I don't think they said later in the game, like, oh, we got to make sure we deal with number 7. I just think as they turned the ball over in midfield and they got tired, they got stretched a little bit, and those are the moments that Gabby and Canute can really hurt you. So I don't think it was a change in tactics or a thought process for them. I think it was just the natural flow of the game, and as the game extends, 60 to 90 minutes are good moments for Gabe and Canute because people tend to lose them. You tend to stop thinking about them and paying as much attention to them, and some players will drift forward a little more, and then the ball turns over and it's straight into those two, and it's trouble.
For any of you, thoughts on seeing UCF for the third time?
I think it's, I'll steal it first. It's the third time. We beat them, whatever it was, 8 days ago. We know them, they know us. It's a really good game. They're an excellent team. It's a fun game. It's a fun game for me to coach and to watch these guys play. I don't think there needs to be extra motivation in it. Maybe they'll have some because the conference tournament, but they won the league. We won the league tournament. I think it's the 2 best teams in our league that happen to be paired at this moment in the NCAA tournament. But it's, the round is 16. You're going to get a really good team. And, we're looking forward to it.
yeah, we're excited. I mean, they're a great team. We're a pretty good team as well, so it'll be a good game.
Anything else?
What did you guys think when the bracket popped up? And certainly you didn't look past the first game, but you knew, I'm sure you saw that UCF was on the path. So I'm interested what your thoughts were at that moment.
Yeah, I mean, we said in the first meeting, I guess it was Wednesday, I think we got back together, gave them a couple days off. We knew when we all watched the draw together and we saw UCF stuck at 9, I said, we're in trouble, because if they dropped that far, we're definitely not getting a high seed. Didn't expect to be the 8. And then you look at it and say, oh, okay, another chance at them. But then we made the agreement as a group that, you know, the word UCF wouldn't be mentioned until Sunday night after this game. And if we're concentrating on UCF and what may come, you know, they could have dropped the result tonight, we could have dropped the result tonight, and that game never happens. So be in the present, you know, be in the present and enjoy the moment you're in, and take whatever opponent comes next. If we're worried about whoever's next after UCF, we're crazy. You know, we'll just have the right mentality of the next opponent that comes across us, we will play and we'll be prepared and we'll give it our best shot.